welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. So my name is Krista, and for today's reading I am just wanting to do a little kind of just like a little cheer up session. Just if you're feeling kind of down, or you're feeling kind of in a space of a lack of faith, or lack of hope, or just low energy, I just want to bring a boost into your life through these. These are going to be mini readings, kind of a smaller reading. So go ahead and choose group number 1, which is a chrysanthemum. I believe it's a mom. Group number 2, the marigold, or group number 3, which I believe is a dyed baby's breath. So yeah, pick a group and I will see you in the reading. All right, so you chose group number 1, and we're gonna go ahead and just get right into it. I only have 2 decks to work with right now, so we're working with the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Animal Apothecary Oracle. And there is one tarot card that's gonna be an overarching theme, and you got, wow, the 10 of Swords. So you're going through a transition right now, an ending right now, and it might be a feeling of heaviness, a feeling of difficulty when walking through this transition, confusion. There's an ending happening for you, and there's this feeling of, I guess, like mixed feelings, maybe. Feeling, am I making the right choice to walk away? Am I making the right choice to move on? Or even just sadness and grief from the moving on itself. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Animal Apothecary and get some more context. That one wants to come out, and I'll get one more. Okay, well, 3 came out, and you got nourishment while waiting, service, and attract through glow. All right, I'm gonna pull a few more tarot cards too to see what we get. With attract through glow and nourishment while waiting, that's making me think of like a manifestation journey. Maybe some of you are wanting to create an ending, and you're having a hard time creating that ending and that new beginning, like allowing it to shift and make decisions towards that. And like there might be something going on, like impatience for an ending to happen. With the service card, and there's a dog on the service card, so you could take some, if you have any animals or pets, you could take some comfort in spending time with them outside of the matrix and into like their kind of little energy field that doesn't really have human problems. There could be this escape that happens that helps you shift your perspective when you're around animals. There's a healing element here, because we have the little emblem for like the medical emblem with the snakes. I'm not sure what it's called, but there's a healing element to animals right now that could be very beneficial to you. Let's see. All right, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, the Fool, the Queen of Swords, and the Magician. So you've got 4 out of 7 of your cards are major arcana. So it looks like you're going through a major shift right now in your life. It feels as if you're trying to break free from the old and step into the new. There's this feeling of, with the Magician as well, wanting an attract through glow. Right above it, manifesting something beautiful and new, manifesting an ending, and of course with the Fool, manifesting a new beginning. And there is this feeling and this energy kind of hovering through the entire reading of feeling lack, feeling like I don't have what it takes to make this shift, to make this journey. I don't have what it takes to create the life I want, the way I want it. It feels like with the Hierophant, there might be some systems and structures that are holding you back, some cultural barriers, some financial barriers, like structured, organized ways of things that you're wanting to break out of, that are like you're perceiving as holding you back. And so with Queen of Swords and the Magician being here, it feels like the message is you have everything, like it's all illusion. Like whatever you feel like is holding you back right now is an illusion, and this is a moment of testing of your faith. And this is a moment to deepen into your faith with nourishment while waiting. There's this feeling of, don't let yourself fall into like a despair or a feeling of like it can't happen or it's not going to happen. There's this message just to say everything is still happening. Like everything you're trying to create is still being created. Nothing's changed. It's just your perception has changed, or maybe some events in the world have shifted your perception in such a way that have made you think that things are not working out how you want them to work out, or that they can't. You're taking them as signs that they can't work out, when really they're just kind of the word, well, like obsolete. I don't know if that's the right word. They're kind of neutral experiences, neutral things that are just happening to happen, that happen to be testing your faith right now. They're not being put in your way to test your faith, but they are testing your faith. And this is a moment to deepen into faith and deepen into movement and action towards what you're creating, and trust that what you're creating matters and is taking you exactly to where you want to be in the material. So with Attract Through Glow, I'm feeling this pull to deepen into the feelings that you'll feel when what you're trying to create has already manifested. So spend time believing that you're on the other side of it. Spend time believing that the answer has already come. Spend time believing and knowing that all of the resources have already come and are already planned through. Like everything's already planned out. Everything's on track exactly how it's meant to be. You're just kind of watching a little bit of the process of it, and they're just like minuscule little steps to get there that kind of don't exactly look like where you're going. But it's just a part of the crumbling of the old that is making way for the new. So if you just let things crumble and let things build the way they're meant to be built, the universe knows more than you. It feels like there's this higher intelligence at work here. So all you have to do is trust and deepen into it, and everything's going to be just fine, and you're still on track. You haven't lost your way. You haven't done anything wrong. Everything you've been working towards is still going to come to fruition. It's just there is a letting go and a trust. Like with the Fool is about leaps of faith. So there is this feeling of letting go of how you think this is going to turn out, letting go of attachments in the physical world that you might have think you needed to create this the phase of your journey. There are ways this wants to come in for you that you haven't really thought of yet. So it's just this feeling of let go of the process. And let the process be what it wants to be, because otherwise you're just resisting this beautiful thing coming into your life anyway. So let the process be what it wants to be. It may look like you're going backwards to go forwards, but just trust in that. And everything's on track. You haven't gone backwards. You're just in a weird moment where the universe is like doing its magic. So just cut away from, like with the Queen of Swords is very much about like detachment and just like letting go of your emotional attachment to how everything's gonna unfold, because everything's unfolding perfectly and you don't even realize it. So you're allowed to just relax and trust. There's no need to cling to negative emotions around this. There's no need to believe in energies or feelings that are giving you like false narratives of that things aren't working out. Yeah, I think everything's going to be just fine, and everything's working out exactly as it's meant to. And trust the process, let go, surrender, and deepen into your faith, deepen into peace through this process. You're allowed to do that, and that's actually going to help you manifest this further. So yeah, everything's going to be just fine. Yeah, we're letting go of inner conflict. This seems like inner conflict is going to hold you back. Like if you cling and you grasp and you try to like figure out why things aren't working, or you look at the physical world and one thing going wrong and you're like staring at that as proof that things can't work or won't work. There's this feeling of, just letting go of your fears, letting go of that conflict. These are the things that are literally like damming up your manifestations. So bringing in joy, bringing in confidence, bringing in your personal power, like deepen back into your personal power. It's never left you and you've never left it. Like strengthen into your confidence, into your groundedness, into your inner fire, into your passion for where you're going and what you're creating. Don't settle for less than what you truly, truly want. Everything is being woven together. Everything is being perfectly like curated to fit exactly what you want. You've been manifesting perfectly. It's just a moment of testing. Again, all is well. So I think I'm kind of like hammering it in here, and I don't think there's much more to say other than let's release those fears and let's deepen into your faith and your confidence and just keep going. You got this, and life's going to change in beautiful ways. And before you know it, you're going to land in this new reality, and it's going to be miraculous, and you're not going to know how it happened because you let go and you let the universe take control. You just took inspired action whenever it was called to you, and you'll land in this new reality and you'll be in awe of how everything worked in your favor, and you'll be mind blown. And you just have to trust those internal nudges and follow them and see yourself through this little tunnel. And that's exactly what it is, a little tunnel. It's a little blip on your journey. So don't worry about it. All is well. Alrighty, thank you so much for being here. If you want to check out my Patreon, I am almost 3 months into that, and it's a way that I can support you on a monthly basis, and a way you can access the infinite prayer, energy healing blessings that I offer. And check that out. There are lots of other ways you can be supported by me, or you can support me, such as liking, commenting, subscribing to my channel, and anything else is listed down below in the description. But thank you so much for being here. I hope this reading helped you. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am just wanting to cheer you up a little bit. So if you're in a moment of having a lack of faith, or just a low moment where you're just not feeling so optimistic, I want to bring that up for you. And it will be a short and sweet reading, but hopefully very effective and uplifting. So you chose what I believe to be a marigold. You chose the marigold. I'm not doing flower symbolism or channel messages from the flowers today. We're keeping it short and sweet. I'll just set this marigold right here. And you have a tarot card that will be your overarching theme. And you got 9 of Wands. Okay. So 9 of Wands is about like endurance. It's about one last push. It's about resilience. So I'm taking from this card and this card alone that you might be in a space where you have to, like, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders and you have to keep pushing. And it feels like 9s are nearing the end. So it feels like you're nearing the end of a cycle. You're nearing the end of a journey. And there's one last push. And I'm getting this feeling, especially with the yellow flower here and the yellow moon, of like this one last spark of passion, of energy, of push. Like I'm gonna just pull all my resources together and just make one last push, and then I'm gonna be on the other side of this this journey, like like a new journey will begin. So we're in that energy, that one last step kind of energy. But I want to pull a couple cards from the Animal Apothecary and get some more context. What does group number 2 need to hear right now to cheer them up? Okay, so you got sacred boundaries. See beyond the past, and you are more. Okay, so far with these, I'm getting this feeling of, with all 3 of these cards, like sacred boundaries, see beyond the past, and you are more, it's almost like a feeling of breaking away from old identities and projections of energies that might have been around you in your past, like old ways of being that just didn't serve you. And I'm feeling like a reflection of other people, or like a culture or a group of people, like onto you as well, that may have kind of altered like the way you moved about the world. So it's just this feeling of breaking away, like putting boundaries around your inner identity, and like, this is who I am and this is who I'm not, and I'm going to stand firm in that no matter who I'm surrounded by, and I'm going to let myself fly, let myself rise into who I am, no matter who I'm surrounded by, no matter what my culture is. I'm going to be me 100%. I'm going to even like get clear on who I am, get clear on my beliefs and how I feel about the world, or about just different matters, and stand firm in it. Still be curious, still be open to others' perspectives, but stand firm and not feel so enmeshed by energies, perspectives, opinions, reflections that are all around you. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot. Okay, so we've got the moon. I'm trying to make sure you can see everything on here. Yeah, the moon. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Daughter of Wands, or the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Group number 1 got those 2. Oh, I must not have mixed them up very well, but we're going to go with it. King of Wands, group number 1 got King of Wands as well. And 8 of Pentacles. Again, group number 1 got 8 of Pentacles. I might not have mixed them up as well as I would like, but I'm going to roll with it because they're not all the same. A lot of them are the same as group number 1. And I will say group number 1 was at the end of a journey, like the end, like the closing point. So that could be something you're interested in looking at. And so, okay, so, I mean, we've got the World here, and that is a card of completion, of culmination. I feel like, I'm wondering if this theme is going to be running through the groups, like an ending, like nearing the ending of something. With this one, it feels like this is more about an identity situation. Group number 1 was more about like a manifestation journey, and this is more about your inner world, who you are, who you identify as, how grounded you are in your beliefs and your self-identity. Yeah, so there's something with the Ace of Wands that was coming through with like taking action based off of like your unique voice and who you are, like doing something in the world to put something out into the world that is reflective of who you are in a very unique way that could be made by no one other than you, or created or spoken or written by no one other than you. So there's an encouragement there to put your art or your work or whatever it may be you feel called to do that's uniquely you out into the world as a reflection of who you are. And with the moon being right above it, it's feeling like, I kind of like this Ace of Wands is directly underneath this moon card. And the moon can be about like murkiness, about darkness, about illusion, confusion. And then with the Ace of Wands being right here, it almost feels like something lighting up the darkness, like something inside of you just like allowing itself to shine, and you feeling confident in it, and like feeling good in it, feeling like you're not questioning yourself anymore because you know who you are. It's almost like just like a light bulb going off kind of feeling. Like it's like getting this feeling of like people who've constantly told you who you are, or just going along with the crowd for the longest time, just to kind of like a Libra energy, just to kind of keep the peace. I'm just going to go along with the crowd. So everything feels balanced. And it's almost like just like being so sick of doing that, and finally like something lighting up within you, and you just being like, no, this is who I am, and it's opposed to some of these beliefs that are around me, and I don't care who knows it. This is different. This is my voice. This is my truth, and I'm like, this is going to make a difference in some way if I shed light and I open up. And I might get criticism for it, I might get love for it, but whatever I get for it, I can't keep this light hidden any longer. Can't keep this truth hidden any longer. So it's this feeling of just being yourself, damn the consequences, and letting that be unearthed in the world. So Page of Wands is about like inspired action. It's about I'm just really getting this feeling of someone who's got new ideas coming in, who feels inspired to put something out there. But we've got like the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Swords here, and those are those are very much heavy energies. Those are sharp energies, harsh energies. So I'm wondering what that's about. I might need to pull a couple more cards to get some clarity there. Queen of Pentacles. It's almost giving me like, with the Queen of Pentacles over all this harsh energy, it gave me this like mothering energy, like a feeling of being surrounded by like squabbling kids and coming in with this compassionate, firm, yet strong energy, and just like setting everyone straight. So that's interesting. But like also like a respected, like I feel like there's some energy in which your voice could be used, like your perspective could be used to calm and to enlighten other people who are in the middle of some of this like conflicting, like this conflict. This energy could be like, right now I'm in the US, and the culture here, it's right after the election, and it's just nothing but, it's hateful. Like it's just it's like there are two sides to the story, and everybody has to, like, you're either on this side or you're on this side, and there's like, it's like conflict, nothing but conflict. And to be honest, like both sides are wrong. Like everyone's wrong in this scenario, you know, like this isn't how we should be moving forward. Like it's mind-blowing that like people get so wrapped up in like the narratives and the fight of things. And like I understand like following your passions, following like what you stand for, and there are so many things that are messed up that are going on, but also everybody's just pointing fingers and blaming. And I think there's just so much like ignorance and so much I don't know, like just fighting going on that doesn't need to be like this. Like, and I know I sound like such a flower child in saying that, but it's kind of, I feel like you could be like the voice of reason amidst I don't know, it's amidst just kind of chaos in a way. So that's the vibe. I wonder what's going on over here. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands, I didn't mean to say that. 8 of Pentacles. I don't know what I said. King of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Maybe I did say Pentacles. I feel like you're more wise than you give yourself credit for, and your voice is more honed. Like, you're more intelligent than you give yourself credit for. Like, with the Eight of Pentacles is about mastering something, and it feels like there's almost like a peacemaking ability within you that's mastered, or like, yeah, that like voice of reason energy for some reason keeps coming to me. Like a balancing energy, like a fresh perspective. Just like a leadership, like with the Father of Wands and the Mother of Pentacles, like earth element, fire element, like a grounded but passionate like message you have to share. And it's coming from a place of wisdom. And writing might be good for this group. Just any form of art where you can express your voice. You can express your perspective through art. That would be good. I feel like you really need to be told the world needs your art or your voice. They need your perspective. You have a softening, a grounding, a unifying energy about you. You can see things from a wider perspective. You can see things from a higher perspective. And like with the Nine of Wands here, and like in this deck, it's like a bunch of steps that you're walking up to. You're walking up the steps and it's like covered in these sticks. It's this feeling of like one step at a time, one message at a time, one piece of art at a time, like one little bit at a time of like sharing your voice and sharing your love and sharing your perspective, sharing your energy. And as you're walking up the steps, it's like you're cleaning up a mess. I don't know. It's just, yeah, there's just, you have the ability to like softly, calmly, groundedly, yet confidently make a ripple in the world when it comes to like human relations and the conflict within human relations that like ripples out. And there's so much purpose to who you are that you just need to remember that your voice is valid, and there's a feeling of getting over your fears and moving into being more expressive of who you are, even though it may feel very counter to like the culture that's around you, or like it may feel like there might be fears of backlash, but there's this feeling of you are really good at softening the blow of truth that needs to be shared. So yeah, there's just something there with your voice needing to be received by the world, and how there's so much purpose to who you are and what you have to share. And so just remember that and listen to your voice, reconnect with it, and share it, express it, be yourself 100%, no matter what, no matter who's around you, be yourself. Yeah, no matter what differing opinions are around you, and you will be well received in it. It's not only that, it's just necessary. The world needs you. So, all right, that is your message, group number 2. Really lovely, really beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to mention my Patreon. If you'd like to be supported by me on a monthly basis and have access to it's 2 pick a card readings, one internally based, one externally based. And then every month I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing as well. So it's a way to access one of those every month as well. But otherwise, you can like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. You can check out my merchandise. You can see if I have any availabilities for private readings, or you can Leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, and any other ways you can support me or be supported by me are listed down below in these subscriptions. So thank you so much for being here. I'm really honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and you chose group number 3, which is what looks like dyed baby's breath, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not doing symbolism for the flowers today, so I didn't look it up, but it's cute nonetheless. It's a pretty color. So there's one overarching theme tarot card that we pulled for group number 3, and you got 3 of Cups. All right, so I feel like the first message that came to me was this feeling of like you are loved more than you know. You are celebrated more than you know. You're respected and honored more than you know by the people around you. There's this feeling of recognizing that you are wanted, like you're needed by the people around you. You're cared for. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards from the Animal Apothecary and see what else comes through. This is making me think of like finding your tribe, finding your soul family. All right, you got focus on the bigger picture. Victory. There are like 2 hawks. Face your fear and inner truth. All birds. Literally every single card so far has a bird or birds on it. That's hilarious. Inner truth, victory, focus on the big picture, 3 of Cups, and face your fear. Okay. All right, let's pull some tarot. Oh, let me make sure you can see all these because, yeah, they're really cool. Ah, there's no, you can't see. Here, there we go. Okay. All right, so we've got the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, another owl, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Sun. All right, we're gonna stick with this for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birds. You got 8 birds. That's crazy. 2 hawks, 2 owls. And then these all look like blackbirds or like crows. 4 crows. I just feel like this message is talking about how many beautiful things are coming your way. Beautiful people, beautiful, like abundance, feelings of vibrancy, feelings of health, feelings of love, like true love, heart healing. There's confidence, connection to your intuition, connection to your own psyche, like connection to who you are. This message is saying you are worthy of being surrounded by people who get you, people who love you, like birds of a feather. Like you're worthy of being in an environment where you are celebrated, where you are uplifted, where you're honored, where you're seen, known, where you feel seen and known. This is meant for you. This is something that you are meant to align with. So that, and by the way, I'm wearing the owl, my owl ring as well. So there are technically 3 owls here. So this just feels like a social circle, and it feels like people who are, I mean, they're all birds here, except for we have 1 snake. So I'm curious about that. We'll get into that. Oh my God, there are birds on this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 birds on the Sun card too. That is nuts. 11, 12. You have 12 birds, 13 with my ring. I think that's crazy, right? Am I right? Like, that's insane. I don't think that's normal. Like, they're not all birds. And then, of course, I pull a bird. I'm like, yeah, they're not all birds in this deck. Like, there's a shark. There's a dog. There's a bird, it's a chicken. There's a turtle. Yeah, like, it's not like they're all, okay, fine. Maybe there are a lot of birds in this deck. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I feel like there are like people you don't even know that love you and that are beckoning you forward into the next phase of your journey. I feel like you can tap into their love anytime you need to. Like if you're ever feeling alone, or you're ever feeling like people don't understand you, or people aren't there for you in the way you would need them to be, there are people that you haven't, like, you know, not of yet, that are there with you in spirit, and one day they'll come into your life. But it is this feeling of like soul tribe awaiting you, or like a best friend awaiting you. And these people are going, or this person is going to support everything you do and believe in you more than you believe in yourself. There is so much color. That's what's really coming through with a lot of these cards. Like there's so much color awaiting you. There's so much expansion awaiting you, so many undiscovered parts of who you are that you have yet to connect to. Like traveling the world or meeting new people is going to be a huge catalyst for you. Earlier on the bottom of the deck over here, it was the Queen of Swords, and I just kind of put a pin in it in my mind, but I'm gonna put her down here. So there might be energies around you that you need to put boundaries around or cut away from in moving forward. It's this feeling of, it's not like overtly toxic or overtly detrimental, but there is a strong feeling of putting, and again, I just want to say this, you got another owl. There's an owl on the Queen of Swords card. But there's a lot of protection here too, I feel like, with the crow here and the owls, a lot of divine guidance, a lot of protection. You're walking into a phase of your journey where you're meant to be fully expressive in who you are and have that be reflected back to you and the people around you, like people who help draw out who you really are, your authenticity, who help make you feel safe and comfortable in all elements of you, who create a situation where you feel like you can unfold, where you can just be natural. Like it's almost like this feeling of, I didn't even know I could ever feel this comfortable around like multiple people, like different kinds of people. And then you have that aha moment when you're there of like, oh, I haven't been surrounded by the right people. I haven't been surrounded by the people that are aligned fully with who I truly am at my core. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with those people. It just means I've been in the wrong spaces. So it's like entering into the new space and being received with so much love and just it feeling so natural, like, this is where I'm meant to be. These are who I'm meant to be surrounded by, these people, and or this culture, or this environment, this new place. So yeah, there's a shift happening in who you're surrounded by, and if it hasn't happened yet, it's meant for you, and again, it's something to align to. And again, you can tap into the energy of this environment and these people anytime. It's always available for you. These new people are waiting, like they're there and they're waiting for you. And with the Three of Swords being about like mending emotional pain, it feels like when you're around this person or these people, your past wounds around relationships, friendships, community will naturally kind of unravel, like will naturally heal, and it won't be something that's triggery or scary or heavy. It will just be this natural, slow building of faith and safety in new bonds that are healthy. And yeah, it won't be as like scary, or it's not going to be like a lot of shadowy work. It's just going to be slowly learning to accommodate to healthiness, basically. So I think this is an encouragement overall, that if you don't feel that way yet, in that balanced state, in that healthy state, easeful, fully accepted, known, understood, loved, cared for exactly who you are, then continue to take steps forward in your life and cut away energies that aren't serving you or don't ultimately have your highest like good at the forefront of their, like, not that they're intending to bring in negativity to you. I mean, maybe sometimes people do, but I'm almost getting this feeling of like it's murky almost. It's like this feeling of, I don't know whether to walk away from this person or energy or group because it's not overtly negative. So it is just this kind of feeling of slowly feel your way through it. Like, you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to know the answers right away. But like, if you need to slowly start taking more and more space from a person or a group, go ahead and start doing that, and see how you feel when you've spent more time away from the person or group, and then when you come back in, kind of like give it more space, and then that way you can start to assess if it's healthy or not, or if it's working for you or not, or if it's helping you get to where you want to be relationally and in community. Because you're meant to feel at home. You're meant to have this place to like open arms and hearts to come home to, that are just ever accepting of who you are, like just there for you, like kind of like it's giving me like chosen family vibes. So keep going and following your true north, following exactly who you are, and cutting away and walking away from energies that don't serve you in your highest truth. And eventually you'll land, it just feels like it's inevitable that you'll land in this new energy with these new people or this new person. So all right, yeah, and it's really just about honoring yourself and your needs and your true nature and who you really are, and continuing to do that and honor that above all. And if there are any energies that aren't honoring that or can't honor it or don't know how to, it's good to walk away from those, because it's only going to limit your availability for yourself to honor yourself. I hope that makes sense. Keep loving yourself, honoring yourself, getting to know yourself. There's something about that. Like, there's a feeling of just like cutting away and like taking time for yourself to like get to know yourself, get reacquainted with yourself, know what you want, who you are, how you want to love, how you want to be with people, and walk in that direction. And you've just got nothing but beautiful energies coming that are just like open arms. I just see like open arms and open family energy, like an open, loving space for you. So yeah, keep feeling your way through that. Follow those nudges, and you'll end up there. So I think that's your message. So thank you very much for being here. I'm honored to channel this message for you. If you want to check out my Patreon and be supported by me on a monthly basis, I do offer 2 in-depth pick a card readings on there. One is internally based. It's more about your spiritual journey, your healing journey. With that reading, I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. And then with the other reading, it's more externally based. It's about what you're manifesting, your life's purpose, things like that. But yeah, you can check that out if you'd like. You can also, it really helps me out if you like or subscribe to my channel. You can comment down below if this resonated. You can leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. Check out and see if I have any private readings available. You can check out my merch. Otherwise, I can't remember. There are probably a couple other things down below in the description box you can check out. But otherwise, just thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.